Let's talk about the NFC Championship game. Fair to say best offense left in the playoffs against the best defense left in the playoffs? Kurt, is that fair?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't think it's
okay. Then what's it going to come down to? What do you think?
I think it's going to come down. I mean, there's just so many factors in these games that I love, and that's the beautiful thing when you get down to two games. So many things I could point to on this. What I think it's going to come down to is what Seattle does really well is they prevent the big play. The last time these two teams played, the Rams attacked the middle of the field over and over again and got big play after big play after big play. And I know they lost that game, but that was the reason they were up 14. And then, they first possession in overtime hit a 40-yard touchdown pass to Puka. But attacking the middle of the field is going to be key. Seattle is going to get up and be physical with these receivers. The great thing is you've got, Puka, who's a physical receiver on that side. You got Devontae, who has the ability to avoid that physicality with his quickness. But that, to me, is going to be a matchup. There's going to be some contested plays in this game because that physicality on the Seattle end. And who wins those battles is going to be key. And then, as always, pressure. Whether it's pressure with the front four. Can Seattle get pressure with four? You talked about the great Tampa team back in the day that I played against. That was their greatest strength. Pressure with four, and then being able to leave everybody else on the back end that you have to work around. Or when they bring pressure, because I did a breakdown this week on QB Confidential of the Rams, and I felt like their ability to answer pressure against Chicago won that game for them. There was 2 or 3 hot situations where Matthew Stafford got the ball to his receiver quick. One was a tight end that led to a huge play that would be the last touchdown that they scored. And then one in overtime to Puka that was right about the 50-yard line where Puka carried a couple guys but set them up for their winning field goal. And so Seattle will bring pressure at different times. And throughout the year, it's been kind of 50-50 where, the Rams have had success against it, and other times it's created negative plays. So where that goes when they do bring pressure, because they do a lot of different things, we'll bring it from a lot of different areas, will go a long way also in determining, who goes on to Santa Clara.
Man, isn't that amazing? The winner of this game plays in the home of the 49ers for the right to win the Super Bowl. Crazy. And then, of course, you got Vrabel and the Patriots taking on Sean Payton. It's Mike versus Sean in both conference championship games. All right. So then what stands out at you you said it was Rams versus who in our predictions on game
I said
1?
Actually Rams versus New England.
So you think
I went with
a
couple-time rematch.
You'll stick with that?
Yeah, why not? I mean, why not? I mean, again, Seattle, I think, just watching them last week, I'm excited for this matchup. I mean, that game, they came out and physically dominated that game.
Yeah.
But the Rams, I felt, have outplayed them in both games they've played this year. So that one's going to be awesome. And I could see either team winning right there. Of course, I'm going to give the advantage to New England on the other side.
Just because of the quarterback.
Just going in. I think they're very evenly matched. I don't think either one of these teams was a great team coming in. And so, going with a guy that had an MVP type season, even though hasn't necessarily been great in the playoffs, but has made some big plays. You just have to lean in that direction. And it's a bummer to say, but really because the backup quarterback is playing for Denver.
So, because again, we could find out in a couple of Thursdays is in fact the MVP of the league, the reigning MVP of the league, despite turning it over as many times as Josh Allen did, still put 30 up on the Denver defense. So anything that you saw there that you think Drake May and the Patriots offense can exploit on any of the film that you watched for QB Confidential, Kurt?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like if you're able to protect, up front, which is the whole key against this Denver team, they're aggressive on the back end. They do some things on the back end, but they allow a lot of big plays on the back end. And there were a lot of big play opportunities in that game for the Bills. Some were hit and some were missed in that game, including the last one. Josh had Brandon Cooks open. If he just throws it earlier and throws it further, they probably win that football game and he may walk into the end zone. So there are some big plays to be had, especially against their man-to-man coverage, if you could protect up front. And New England's been very good at pushing the ball down the field and getting those big plays. And so that will be, again, a determining factor, really, I think, for both defenses, is that you want to force the offense to have to move the field and make the right play over and over again. And so you don't want to give up those big plays. But, yeah, there was a number of big play opportunities, and, that'll be a key in that matchup.
Obviously, if it's Rams-Patriots, get ready for, obviously a lot of memory lane stuff, Kurt.
Yeah.
With you and
yeah.
What goes through your mind when you see this picture, you and young Tom Brady, Kurt?
That guy right there. Come on, man. No. Obviously, I know that we kind of started the dynasty, of the Patriots in that game. I think the biggest thing that I think about in that game was just us not playing our best football, because obviously we had a chance to win our second in 3 years. And that's just the beauty of our sport is it's not a 7-game series, where I think we could have probably beat the Patriots the majority of times if we played them, in a 7-game series. You get one shot, you get 3 hours. And in those 3 hours, they outplayed us. Even though Tom wasn't great necessarily in the game, he was great in the moment, which is what really become what, Tom Brady is known for, is that last drive. We kind of thought we had taken the momentum. Okay, they'll play conservative, just go into overtime, and they went for it. And, Tom made some plays, and then Adam, kicking the game winner with no time on the clock, first Super Bowl ever decided in that moment. It was a great football game, but a lot of missed opportunities by us in that one. And that's, when I think about that, or I see that, that's what I think of. Yeah.
I think of 2 future Hall of Famers. That's what I think of. Kurt.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
That's the way I feel it.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.